Welcome to my channel, and my name is Silvar, and today I'm going to be reacting to another song by Spiritbox as part of the full album review that I'm doing of Eternal Blue. Today we're continuing on with our middle section of the album here on the 6th track, Silk in the Strings. Really excited to kind of see where the album again continues to progress. The last song, Secret Garden, I reacted to, it didn't really kind of resonate with me at first when I first listened to it. I think part of it is I was too engaged with trying to track with what's happening in the music video as opposed to actually kind of just listening to the song and kind of engrossing myself in the music itself. But after listening to it a couple times since then, it's actually grown on me a lot and I really like it. So I, retroactively going back to kind of compare to how my thoughts were after that first review, I think it's a pretty great song. Kind of fits in nicely also within the progression here of the album. So really curious to kind of see where this 6th track here kind of takes us with Silk in the Strings. Kind of looking here at our, let me bring that up to the full screen. Spotify listens again. It does kind of drop off randomly, so you kind of have these weird dips. So it seems like people maybe don't really like the song that much, but we'll see how it is. Kind of expecting things to probably get heavy again. I said that with Secret Garden, but Spiritbox I don't think can stay away from getting too heavy for too long. But I haven't heard Holy Roller, but I've heard that name, so I'm really excited for that one when I get to that one. It clearly has a lot of plays as well. But again, the only one I've heard from the album prior to checking it out was Circle With Me. I will do a reaction to that one too when I get to it. I'll just do the music video. I think I've seen it once. I don't remember the exact thing, but just to kind of keep the consistency of reacting to all the songs on the album, I'll make sure to do that too. So, all right, enough rambling here. We'll go ahead and pull up the lyrics, and we'll get started here with Silk in the Strings as we continue here on Eternal Blue. Right in. It sounds like off-putting a little, but intentionally it seems like. Interesting how they separated that word out. Bringing in some more of that electronic feel. Kind of like whispering in the background. Alright, I'm gonna pause real quick. I know it's picking back up. I kind of want to hear that section again, just trying to pick up on what was being like whispered in the background a little bit. Just kind of quick thoughts. Again, gets right into it real heavy right away. And they have like that off. I don't know. I'm not like super musical, so there's like a note basically that's like at the end of the riff that they're doing that's like a little bit off tilter, it feels like, so it's kind of getting you on easy, and it kind of lines with some of the theme of the lyrics here too, of crushing a moth here, and talking about wrapped in the thoughts like a spiderweb and stuff, and it kind of makes you just like get that uneasy feeling, especially like if you don't like bugs or insects and things like that. Interesting though too, when you always see this kind of comparison, or I guess use of words when people say like a moth to a flame or something, and they use that kind of indirectly by talking about the moth in the first line, and then talking about the flame later on in that kind of series there. So yeah, I just want to listen real quick again to this part and kind of see if I can hear a little bit better of what's being whispered in the background on the track. I can't make it out, but it said something here with me or something. I like this part. Yeah, maybe that's what they were saying. Carry you with me. guitar is killing it right here. So interesting how she breaks up the word like she did earlier. Because you consider this the chorus, I really like this part. That choppy part was really cool. They were like faded out. Interesting breakdown here. Alright, we'll pause there before we get into the next track. Yeah, that was really aggressive right away and kind of kept that out throughout the entire track. Maybe that's why people don't like it as much. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure people are kind of typically drawn to Spiritbox because of their nice balance that they do, that Courtney does, especially with, you know, clean vocals supplemented by the harsh and heavier vocals. But that one's just heavy and hard all the way through the track. They did some really interesting things, like I said, too, like with on some of the lines, how she was breaking up the lyrics, where she'd say "die," just did, you know, like break it out that way, and then like spit, and then like slowly add on, you know, the word. So that was kind of interesting how they were playing around with that section. And then the chorus, I guess is what you call this part, really was going hard. I really liked the chorus a lot for this one. I actually really like this track overall. I was kind of worried that I wouldn't, just based off of, again, the view counts on it, which I probably shouldn't really pay too much attention to, but it's hard not to kind of pay attention to those trends within the context of the album as a whole. So yeah, really good song there with Silk in the strings. I'll definitely give this one a couple more listens, probably before I even go to bed tonight. But yeah, it makes me really excited to kind of see where it goes into now with Holy Roller next, especially since that's one of the most popular ones from this album, and just I'm aware of that one from Spiritbox in general. I haven't heard it, but I just know that people really like that one too. So let me know what you thought down below. Again, tell me if, you know, this song, you liked it right away when you first heard it, or if you kind of had it grow on you. But yeah, let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.